Hi, I'm Charlotte Cox, and I teach reading here at TMCC. I've been at the college for close to 25 years now in a variety of positions. I've taught study skills, college success classes, and I was the coordinator of the Tutoring and Learning Center for many years. I'll show you how, in the next 5 minutes, how to build community in your classroom. And there are several reasons to focus on developing this positive classroom climate. One, it reduces fear in the classroom. Parker Palmer, who wrote several books for faculty and for instructors, says that our students are more afraid than we realize. And brain research says that fear inhibits learning. So we really want to reduce their fear and anxiety. Our students are also very social. You know, you see them on their phones in the hallways saying, "Where are you at? Where are you at?" And we can't expect them to come and then sit in a classroom for 75 minutes and not talk to anybody or not connect. And you know, also adult learners like to share. You know, these are learners who are over 25 coming back to the classroom. They like to share their experience. If we help students to connect with each other, it increases learning. For example, from when I was the tutor coordinator, I would have students come in, you know, 4 or 5 from the same class and say, "I'm the only one who doesn't get it." But so if, as instructors, we can help them connect with each other, they can see that they're not the only one. And that reduces their fear. And also think about it, learning is social. We learned how to speak English before we ever went to kindergarten, just from being around adults, watching TV, looking at signs, things like that. So what is this that I'm talking about? What does community look like? One thing that it isn't is, you know, students seated in rows and looking forward at us, and they never talk to each other. Or, you know, only one at a time they talk to us and answer questions. That's not community. That's more like information delivery. And that's a monologue. What we want instead is students talking to each other. You've probably had students work in groups or students pairing together. And it's all about connecting with the material. It's also the instructor moving into the audience and being closer to the students. Dialogue, it's what we look for. It's like throwing a party. We've all done that before, right? Your friends come over and you know people from different, you know, walks of life and from different situations, but they don't know each other. So as a good host or hostess, you work to get them to know each other so you can go get some more clam dip, right? So that's what we're doing in class. It's like throwing a party. Our job is more than just giving information. We are facilitating the learning environment. Okay, so how do you do this? First, I learn and use their names. I get them talking to each other about the content on a regular basis. And you can Google Think, Pair, Share. This is the one strategy that I'm going to talk about today that you can use in a variety of ways. But let me tell you what I do on the first day, because this is really cool. I shake hands with about 3 students. As they come in the door, I shake hands. "Hi, I'm Charlotte. How are you? What's your name?" "Tom, hi, good, glad you're in the class. Have a seat." And then I say, "Hi to Shelley. I'm Charlotte. How are you?" "Tom, Shelley." And I repeat their names. And I do this until at the end of class I've learned everybody's name. Now, I'm not bragging. It's the next day I have to start again because I only remember a portion. But I'm teaching them, I'm modeling how, you know, I'm connecting them and connecting with them. Now, during the rest of the semester, I pair students to review the content on a regular basis. This only takes 5 to 10 minutes. At the beginning of class is a great time because, you know, sometimes students come in late. So I put a question on the board that I want them to talk about. It might be reviewing what we were doing. And I ask students to either stand up or in pairs, like in the rows next to each other. This is the great thing. If you have an even amount of rows in your classroom, have them, you 2 rows, you're gonna, and when I say go, you're gonna talk to each other. In you 2 rows, you're gonna talk to each other. And I organize it like that. In a large lecture hall, you might have go up the aisle and say, "You 2 rows, when I say go, you're gonna turn around and talk to these guys." And then go to the next row and talk to them and say the same thing. Another way to do it, students need to get up and moving. That really helps learning. So I'll say stand up. When I say go, stand up and find 1 or 2 partners who, and this is called birds of a feather. I have them find somebody who's wearing the same watch, same kind of shoes, has the same hair color, maybe the same height. And so then they have to go find somebody in the classroom. During the sharing, and then I say, meet with your partner, introduce yourself. And this is important. I'm having them meet everybody, sort of like at my party, right? And then they're answering this question on the board, like what was the main idea from the reading, or what did you notice from the video? While they're talking and sharing, I listen for the crest of the wave. They'll start to talk, it's making a lot of noise, and then it dies down, they've finished. And if they're young, 18 years old, it finishes really soon. At that point, they're in groups talking. I want to know what they've been talking about. And you may want to know, do they have the right idea or are they way off? So I have a cush ball, and it could even be a piece of paper that I fold up, and I toss it to a group and I say, so share with me what you heard your partner saying. Now that creates some safety because if they are not, don't want to share what they've said or they don't really know what they're talking about, they're just going to report what they hear somebody else saying. And then once they're finished, I have them thank their partners, and that provides, or that increases, brain research says that increases the serotonin because it's about appreciation. And then I have them have a seat. Now, if you're worried that you don't have time for students to be talking like this, I want you to think again. This is going to help reduce any incivility that you might have in the classroom. That means students getting belligerent or angry. And it's important for them to connect with the material. Have you noticed that students will sit in the same place all semester? Then they don't know anybody around them. So I have them, just for today, get up, grab all your stuff, and go find a different perspective, a different place to sit in the room. Boy, talk about getting out of your comfort zone. That really does it for them. Or sometimes I'll have them stand up and find a partner on the other side of the room. That's important too, because they tend to, we all have our little comfort zone, our clique in the room. Now, if you want to learn more about this, like I said, you could Google Think, Pair, Share. Also, in Red Mountain 211 is the Faculty Development Center, and Sharon Bowman has several books. I didn't bring one today, but you can look at her. She has lots of ideas. In conclusion, I'd like to really challenge you to stop talking and have your students start talking to each other. It honors their learning style, because many students don't know what they think until they start talking. It honors our need to be active, and it honors our age and experience for those students who are adults and want to share. Good luck. Go to it.